Hey everybody, welcome back to Lyrical Resonance, where we believe that where words fail, music speaks. I'm excited because I'm getting into a band I know very, very little about. They're pretty new to me. I think I've heard maybe one or two songs of theirs, but this is the band Crashing Atlas and their song Graveyard. Really excited to get into this. Like I said, it's new to me. I know I've heard, like I said, one or two songs, but it's just been in passing, so I don't know really anything about them. I'm excited to get into it though. Thank you so much for watching. If this is your first time, I appreciate you taking the time. If you like what you see by the end of this, hit the like button and consider subscribing to the channel, because where words fail, music does speak, and we're going to continue listening to what it has to say here. So let's do that now. Let's not waste any more time talking. Let's get into Crashing Atlas and their song Graveyard. Okay. I love the sound already, man.
Broken with the bloodstain, got me wishing for a fair game.
Whew.
All you wanted couldn't bother. I'm the better lake, you're the water.
Oh.
I let down my guard, buried my scars. I'm falling apart, leaving my heart in the graveyard.
Oh, okay. Okay, so that's what we're getting into here. I wasn't sure what I was getting myself into, and I dig this a lot. This sounds really good. It reminds me of a couple different bands. So I think in my head what I'm hearing is like The Letter Black meets a little bit of I Set to Kill with a little bit of Forever Last, and that's kind of what I hear with this. Just an interesting blend of like this gothic rock with hard rock meets like a punk rock, and it sounds great. The mix is fantastic. The production's good. I'm gonna back it up because I was kind of more like into the video than I was the actual like words and the delivery of the song. So I'm gonna back it up a bit because I want to be able to hear this cleanly. So let's take it back just a little bit, and we'll keep going.
All you wanted couldn't bother. I'm the better lake, you're the water. I let down my guard, buried my scars. I'm falling apart, leaving my heart in the graveyard. Indecisive.
Oh, okay. Oh, this is kind of creepy.
Drinking whiskey since last April.
Whew.
I let down my guard, buried my scars. I'm falling apart.
That was a slick fill.
In the graveyard. In the graveyard.
This is really good. I dig this a lot. I'll be interested to get into the lyrics of it because it sounds interesting, and I kind of want to see what I can build from it, because I find this fascinating, man. This is really good. I like the concept of this. Music video is fun. A little creepy at times. Like I said, it feels like it's almost like the Blair Witch Project meets, I don't know, like The Haunting of Hill House or something. It's just, that's what I'm getting. Anyway, I'm going to back it up again because that chorus is fun, and I want to hear that really awesome drum fill one more time, because this is just, like I said, it's really good. I'm digging everything I'm hearing here.
Drinking whiskey since last April. I let down my guard, buried my scars. I'm falling apart, leaving my heart in the graveyard. In the graveyard. In the graveyard.
Alright, where's it gonna go here? Creepy plague doctor.
I still feel your shadow.
Ooh, oh man.
So cold.
Oh, this sounds amazing.
You wrote on my gravestone that I should be alone, with nothing but my bones.
Ooh.
Down my guard, bury my scars. I'm falling apart, leaving my heart in the graveyard. In the graveyard. In the graveyard.
Oh, nice. Alright. Excellent, excellent stuff. Okay. Dude. Like I said, I don't know what I expected going into this. But that sounded excellent, dude. I loved this. Holy buckets, that was so much fun listening to. The song was great. Like I said, the music was good. The production was phenomenal. And I really, really liked just how this was structured, and the way it was delivered was very well done. I do think it was, it had like this like mid-2000s vibe to it, very similar to like The Reaper by As It Is, which was amazing. But no, I thought this was really, really good. Super well done. I'm going to stand by what I said. It reminds me a bit of The Letter Black meets Ice Set to Kill meets Forever Last. That's what it reminds me of. It's so good. And I thought it was interesting. I'm reading the lyrics here, and I'm trying to piece it together. So what I'm seeing here is betrayal, and like just the worst kind of betrayal. Ooh, they have an album coming out this year. That's exciting. So this song just came out February 4th, so it's still like the ink is barely dry on this song, really. But so this, it's talking about how this person has left them broken. They let down their guard, but they were broken, and you left them basically in a graveyard. And one of the lines that I thought was the kind of the saddest line in the song is, indecisive and unstable, drinking whiskey since last April. But when we're talking about betrayal and the pain that can cause, shots of whiskey, that's a cakewalk, if we're honest. To to the pain and the hurt that betrayal can cause. And that's all I can really get when I'm reading this, is I feel just a bunch of betrayal, man. And it's like that kind of betrayal where it leaves you broken and basically feeling like you've been left in a graveyard, where you feel almost dead, Now here's where I think this song gets dark, and it's in the bridge, where it says, "I still feel your shadow, body is so cold, you left me in this hole, you wrote on my gravestone, I should be alone with nothing but my bones." And the chorus even is, "I let down my guard, buried my scars, I'm falling apart, leaving my heart in the graveyard, I'm lost underground in the graveyard." And so I'm feeling now like, what kind of betrayal is this? Because it's the kind of betrayal that it's hard. This is hard to. How do I want to like? This is one thought at a time. I get the feeling that this is like the betrayal of abuse. What kind of abuse? I don't know. Physical, I'm assuming. But to me, that's what it comes across as it's a response to physical abuse. And that part of the reason I think that is because of the line, "I still feel your shadow, body is so cold." And so that's where I get, is something happened where there was some sort of abuse, whether it was emotional, physical, what have you. There was abuse, and that is a kind of pain that's borderline unbearable and rough. And the only thing that has ever given me like any kind of pause or anything like that when it comes to this is like, so like in scripture we come across the story of Judas's betrayal all the time, and we harp on Judas, and we kind of kick him around and treat him like he's the bad guy. And we're like, "Oh, Judas, like what a jerk, right? That would never be me." And we hold up Peter like he's like, and for good reason. Peter was a pillar of the church, and we should aim to be more like Peter than like Judas. However, we have to remember that Peter turned his back on Jesus too. Like, Wolves at the Gate has a song, Hindsight, and is my favorite song probably of all time, because it takes the perspective of Peter talking about all his accolades, the things that we typically praise him for, and it flips it entirely when they ask the question, "Am I different than Judas? For I betrayed the kindest friend." Whew, dude, okay, so like when we think about it in those terms, we kind of start to come to grips with the pain betrayal can cause. And yeah, we kind of start to get this. If you've never been betrayed, you can't really understand what it feels like to be betrayed. Somebody could tell you, you could talk about it, you might be able to put it, you might be able to have the words, but until it's happened to you, it's hard to really grasp and understand what it feels like to be betrayed. And I think Crashing Atlas did a really good job of describing it here, and maybe I'm way off base with what they were going for here. Like I said, I don't know them, I don't know hardly anything about them. But that's just what I get, is this is a song that feels very much like a song about betrayal and how they've responded to it. They're cold, they drink, they drink to forget, and feel lost, like they're in a graveyard, almost like they're buried alive, kind of suffocating under the weight of what they went through. And that's sad, man, and that is truly heartbreaking, because it doesn't have to be that way. Like, it's hard because it's hard because we have to rely on other people, but we also know that other people are going to let us down. And so what happens when our hope is put in people instead of God is that people are going to let us down, and so the hope gets broken. Whereas when we put our hope in God, He doesn't let us down. People are still going to let us down even when our hope is in Him, so people can still hurt us and kick us around, but He doesn't fail us. And it's a distinction that has to be made. And so I just, man, this has really got me thinking, and it's really got me deeper in my like philosophical, theological mind than I anticipated I would be getting into with this. But man, relationships are hard, dude, and that it'd be great if everyone was perfect and nobody made mistakes, but people do, and there are some people out there who are just not interested in being kind, that are just not interested in being good towards others, and it's a shame. People deserve to be treated well because they exist, because they were created in God's image, and He loves them. He loved them enough that while they would still choose not to be His, He still died for them. So it's just, man, so good. I love this so much. This song was really good. If I were to give this a rating on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being terrible, 10 being amazing, I'm probably going to give this song like a 9.5. It was so good. A little short for my taste. Like I don't have anything wrong with like 3-minute songs, but I felt like it could have kept going. Like it needed a little bit more, just something to I don't know, expand it a bit more. Other than that, though, I thought this was very well done. So Crashing Atlas, well done. Don't know if you'll ever watch this. If you do, hey, thanks. Appreciate it. I hope you like what I had to say. This was so good. So good. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you taking the time. If this is your first time watching, thank you. Again, really appreciate it. If there are any songs you want me to get into, let me know. Let me know what you thought about this song. If on your scale of 1 to 10, 1 being terrible, 10 being amazing, what do you think about it? Because I want to know. And if there is anything you want me to get into, leave me a comment or send me an email at lyrical.resonance.ia@gmail.com, and I will add it to my schedule. But that's going to do it for us. Thank you so much for watching. If this was your first time and you liked what you saw, I hope you did. Like the video if you made it this far. Like the video, and then if you haven't already, consider subscribing, because where words fail, music does speak, and we're going to continue listening to what it has to say here at Lyrical Resonance. Now, maybe go and check out one of these 2 videos, because maybe it's a band you haven't heard yet, or maybe it is one and you want to hear my thoughts on the song. Either way, I'll see you over there, and until then, stay safe and be blessed. We'll see you soon.